Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about the beloved ISFPs. I know two personal ISFPs in my life. One is my mom, and one is a girl that I lived with last year with a couple other girls. But anyways, ISFP is a really cool type. I actually think that they have one of the coolest function stacks in my opinion. They have FI, second SE, they have NI, and they have TE, which I find to be a really cool, interesting function stack. The ISFPs that I know in my life, I really love. I get along great with ISFPs. Me and my mom, we both are introverts, so we kind of like to do a lot of the same things. I'm temporarily living with her right now, and our weekends kind of look like us watching movies. We'll go shopping from time to time. She's really creative. The ISFPs that I know tend to be really creative, and I think it's because they have that beautiful combination of FI and SE. They're called the artist, and they're all about aesthetics and how things look and how things look that make them feel a certain way. And they're very good at seeing how things look aesthetically. My mom is excellent with colors and like design. She originally went to school for interior design and ended up doing art history. And then the other girl that I know that is an ISFP went to school for creative writing. So they tend to be really creative, and they know, they tend to be artists, not all the time, but they can have that tendency, and they're known to be called that. But for my mom, her favorite thing is movies. She's obsessed with movies. We probably go to the movies, I would say, every other weekend. No exaggeration. We watch movies all weekend. We're both kind of homebodies. So me and my mom, we just kind of like to do a lot of the same things. And we're able to relate on that level. And also, we're both into different creative endeavors. So we can kind of also relate on that level. ISFPs make me laugh. They are very much aware of how things look in their environment. I used to always joke that literally me and my brother will laugh because every time my mom comes in the house, the first thing she'll say usually is, "It smells like in here." She's always commenting on the smell. And it's really funny because my roommate, who was also an ISFP, did the same thing. Every time she would come into the house when she was living with us, the first thing she would comment on is the smell. So they usually say things, "It smells like," "It looks like." They're very aware of those things. In fact, me and my family went to Disney World for a day over the summer, and I've never seen my mom light up so much as she did at Disney World. And I think it's because at Disney World, everything is so visually appealing. It's very creative, very artistic with all the different rides and all the different parks. And, at Magic Kingdom, it's just beautiful, some of the work that they have there. And my mom was just like a little kid in a candy shop. I've never seen her that excited. She just was so, really just came alive in that environment where there was lots of visually appealing things. It was beautiful. And I remember her saying to us, she was like, in this really cute, sweet voice, she's like, "I feel like a little kid. I'm just so happy here." So they're very much into aesthetics. Growing up with my mom, she would always notice things like how, when I would wear something, she would always comment "Okay, Melody, that looks good," or "That looks bad," or "That color does not work on you," or "This color works on you." She was very good at that. She's actually someone that I always go to when I'm trying on or shopping, because she'll tell me pretty much straight up what she thinks. She'll be like, "Oh, that looks god-awful," or she'll say, "That looks great." She's very good at that. They have an eye for things. ISFPs definitely have an eye for things. One of the things that I like about ISFPs is that they're just kind of easy people to be around. They're kind of light. They don't typically get involved with conflict. They don't typically like conflict. But I will say, when they have an opinion about something, from at least the ones that I know, they will be very verbal about that opinion. And that just comes kind of from their dominant function, which is FI. They'll usually express it, I've noticed, in more of a TE way, where they're kind of explaining it. But one of the things that I've noticed ISFPs is sometimes they can go on these rants. And I don't know if other people have noticed this, but they'll have these like rants. And the girl that I knew and my mom, they both would have like moments of rants. And that's something that I've noticed with the type. It's like if they believe something, they will have like, they will go on about it. Another thing with my mom that's really interesting is that she's very aware of details. When it comes to, and so was my roommate. On a subject that they're interested in, I am so impressed by the amount of details they will know on that subject. It's kind of mind-blowing. With my roommate, we used to actually call her nickname is Groogle, because her name starts with a G, and then we would call it for Google because she would just have all these little detailed facts that she knew about everything. And my mom is the same way. Like the most random thing she'll know details about. Especially in movie, like if you ask her the plot of a movie, typically she won't just give you kind of a summary. She'll go on to a very full, lengthy detail about it. So they're kind of, I've noticed they're more detail oriented in some aspects. For an example of that would be, she loves Lord of the Rings, and so she knows everything about the movie. I mean, who wrote it, who produced it, who directed it, where it was located, all of the characters' names, their costumes, like all these details. And my roommate was very fascinated with Korean culture and different things in that culture, and the amount of facts that she knew was kind of amazing. So I love ISFPs. They have a sweet place in my heart. They're easy for me to be around as an INFJ, and I think it's because we're both introverts and we kind of chill. When I lived with the ISFP, typically me and her were home the most because we were the most homebodies. And on the weekends, typically me and my mom will just kind of like to lounge around. So they're kind of fun, like buddies for me to just be with and lounge around with. And they're really light people. They're just light people to be around. One of the things that I noticed too with the ISFP is that we definitely connect. We're able sometimes to connect on that NI level. NI is my first function. With the ISFP, it's their third in their function stack. And I'm able to go there with my mom sometimes. I don't know if she has a better developed NI, but she's able to go there with me sometimes, which is nice. So there's like various things that we're able to connect on. We don't really share many cognitive functions at all. In fact, we only share one, but we are able to relate on interest, and our values are very similar. And she's my mom. So one thing that's funny is that my mom, and I don't know if this is true for all ISFPs, but my mom is an avid shopper. She shops more than anyone I know. It's her favorite thing to do. Again, it's all about that aesthetic. She loves clothes. She loves expressing herself through clothes. And I think that's kind of where I got my love for fashion, was growing up with her, and that being something that she was so passionate about was clothing. Now, me and my brother joke that she's kind of, when it comes to scents and smells, she's kind of a hoarder. She buys more scents and smells and soaps than anyone I know. She probably has 20 perfumes. We have so many different soaps in our house. We've had to actually tell her to stop buying them because they're everywhere. And when you walk in the house, there's always candles. She'll have like scented smells in the wall, like Lysol things. And she'll just have all these abundance of smells, and it's really, really funny. So again, it's just kind of reaffirming that they very much do like smells and things that are aesthetically nice, that feels nice or tastes nice or looks nice. So that's something that kind of cracks me and my brother up, is just the amount of things that she gets. So ISFPs are typically really warm, sympathetic people. They don't have any desire to be controlling or to control others. They're very much people who like to give people freedom. And I can very much attest to that. Growing up, my mom was the type of person who never really gave me and my brother freedom to do things. Like, she never was looking to control or punish. And the way she kind of raised us was just kind of expressing, her values and why she believes those things, but we always kind of had the freedom to think the way we wanted to and to do things. Like, I never really got punished growing up, or I never had strict rules. My mom was kind of laid back, and I've noticed that with ISFPs, they don't have a desire to control others, and they're not looking to be controlled. They kind of give people their freedom. They're not very much wanting to get in conflict. They try to stay away from that. So I appreciate that about them, because as an INFJ, I very much don't like to be controlled or control others. And I'm also very independent. And I've noticed the same thing with ISFPs. They tend to be kind of independent people. So it's just they're just nice to be around, because they're just easy. ISFPs are really light. They're fun. They can get charismatic and cute when they really like something. So anyways, that is it for the ISFPs. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.